Why not you? Have you ever stopped to truly ask yourself that question? Not just as a passing thought, but deep in your soul. Why not you, who becomes the one who breaks the cycle, who rises from the ashes of doubt, who takes the chaos of life and molds it into something beautiful and powerful? We're taught to admire others, to look at champions, creators, and innovators as though they were carved from a different material than us, as if greatness was only reserved for the few, the chosen, the lucky. But the truth is much simpler and far more liberating. The real difference between the people we look up to and the people we are now is belief. It's not magic. It's not a secret formula. It's the quiet, firm decision to believe that you are capable and to act accordingly, even when no one claps, even when no one sees. This isn't a feel-good speech. This is your wake-up call. Because if you can look in the mirror and be honest, you'll see it. The only thing stopping you is you. Yes, you. You, the one who's made mistakes you're ashamed of. You, the one who's battled silent wars behind smiling masks. You, the one who wakes up some mornings not knowing if you have it in you to keep going, but you're still here. And that means something. It means everything. You scroll through social media and compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You see the filtered smiles, the success stories, the wins, and you think you're behind. You think you're not enough. But here's what they won't tell you. Nobody posts their failures. Nobody shows the nights they cried, the days they almost quit, the hours they doubted themselves. Everyone you admire started scared, started broken, started lost. But they started. You've got that same fire in you. It's just been buried under self-doubt, under guilt, under fear. But it's still there, and it's ready to burn again. There's this myth we've been fed since childhood, that some people are just built different. That strength is something you're born with. That confidence is something you either have or don't. But let me be clear, strength is forged. Confidence is earned. Greatness is built in silence, in solitude, in repetition. Every expert was once a beginner who showed up every day. Every success story began with a decision to not quit when no one was cheering. And guess what? You've already survived days you thought would break you. You've carried burdens that no one else could see. That is strength. That is resilience. You are already on the journey. You just need to recognize it. You don't need more motivation. You need clarity. You need commitment. Because once you decide, truly decide, that you're done waiting for the perfect moment, done waiting for outside approval, done sitting in the comfort zone while your potential dies slowly, that's when everything changes. It won't be flashy. No fireworks, no applause. Just a quiet shift in your soul that says, I'm not who I was yesterday, and I won't be tomorrow who I am today. The hardest part isn't the work, it's the decision. Once you make it, the momentum follows, the mindset follows, the habits form, the discipline sharpens. But none of that happens if you don't start. So make the decision, not tomorrow. Now, the grind is a muscle, and like all muscles, it strengthens with use. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, every time you resist the urge to quit, every time you show up when no one's watching, you're flexing a muscle that builds self-respect. You want confidence? Earn it. You want motivation? Create it through movement. You want transformation? Then stop negotiating with excuses. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens in pain, in repetition, in discipline. And discipline, ironically, is freedom. Freedom from regret. Freedom from mediocrity. freedom from the pain of what could have been. Why not you? Why not the one who redefines your entire family tree? Why not the one who proves everyone wrong, not out of spite, but out of purpose? You've got this voice in you that keeps whispering, there's more for you. Stop silencing it with distraction. Let the world doubt you. Let them laugh, but don't let that stop you. Because you're not doing this for them. You're doing this for the younger you who needed a role model. You're doing this for the future you who deserves peace. You're doing this because you finally realized you were never broken. You were just waiting to become. Fear isn't the enemy. Comfort is. Comfort keeps you numb, keeps you still, keeps you repeating old patterns and calling it stability. But deep down you know, if you stay where you are, regret will follow. You're not meant to exist. You're meant to live, to grow, to stretch. Discipline is the path. Pain is the toll. But freedom, that's the reward. You've heard this all before. You've nodded your head. You've said, yeah, that's true. But will you act? This isn't a movie. This isn't a game. This is your life. You get one shot. One. So, why not you? Why not now? Why not everything you've ever wanted finally becoming real? Because the truth is, it's never been about them. It's always been about you. Most people treat discipline like it's a punishment, when in truth, it's the most loving thing you can do for yourself. Discipline is saying, I believe in my future so much that I'll sacrifice comfort today. It's choosing a better tomorrow instead of an easier today. The real rewards in life don't come from talent. They come from repeated effort, grinding through the uninspired days, pushing when no one is watching, doing it without applause. That's when you build grit. That's when your character is shaped. Every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. And discipline is just the repetition of that vote, every single day. The more you cast those votes, the more solid your identity becomes. Eventually, you stop trying to become the person you want to be, because you already are. There will be days when it feels like nothing's changing. You'll look around and wonder, is this even working? But progress doesn't always look like fireworks. Sometimes it looks like getting out of bed when you didn't want to, saying no to temptation, making one better decision. Those tiny wins, they're everything. They are proof. They are data points. You don't need to wait months or years to feel like you're improving. You can see it in every micro decision you make. The body you want, it's being built today. The mind you want, it's being sharpened right now. The life you dream of, it starts here. In this grind, in this silence, in this choice. People think strength is about looking tough, being unbreakable. But real strength is being able to get knocked down and stand back up with purpose. It's having the resilience to keep moving forward even when life keeps throwing punches. You don't become unshakable by avoiding pain. You become unshakable by walking through it and coming out the other side. You become bulletproof, not because you don't get hurt, but because you heal and rise anyway. Every setback you faced, every heartbreak, every loss, it was preparing you. Not to destroy you, but to develop you, to sharpen you, to make sure that when your moment comes, you're ready. It's not just about you anymore. Your discipline, your growth, it ripples. Your actions today will echo through generations. The way you live can inspire your future kids, your friends, even people you'll never meet. Legacy isn't built when you make it. It's built in how you live while you're trying to make it. It's how you carry yourself when no one's watching. It's how you treat people on your worst day. It's in the standards you uphold, even when it's inconvenient. Someday, Someone will talk about the way you never gave up, the way you kept going, the way you turned your pain into fuel. That story will matter, not just to them, but to the person you'll become. There comes a moment when you look in the mirror and finally see it. You're not who you used to be. You've grown. You've changed. You've become the kind of person your past self would be proud of. But even more powerful is realizing you still have so much more ahead of you. This mirror moment isn't a finish line. It's a checkpoint. And every time you reach another one, you level up. You upgrade your mindset, your discipline, your purpose. Not because you're chasing perfection, but because you're chasing who you were meant to be. You see, the goal was never to be the best in the world. It was to be the best version of you. Now we circle back to the beginning. Why not you? Not the old version of you, the one that made excuses, played small, settled. The real you, the one who's tired of starting over, the one who's felt the fire burn inside them for years, but was too afraid to light the match. That fire is still there. This is your moment. Not the finish line, not the reward, but the beginning of something real. You've been waiting for someone to give you permission, but you don't need it. You never did. Everything you need is already inside you. So rise, grind, building become. Why not you? It's time to answer. If you've made it this far, it means something has already shifted. Maybe it's not loud. Maybe it's not even visible to anyone else yet. But something is moving inside you. A decision, a spark, a realization. You don't need a grand event to begin. You don't need a spotlight. The most powerful revolutions happen quietly. They begin with a whisper inside your mind that says, "Enough. I'm ready." You've spent enough time doubting yourself. Enough time playing the background in your own life story. Enough time telling yourself you're not the kind of person who can change. But look around. What if you are? This is your quiet revolution. You've heard the stories. You've felt the truth in these words. Now it's time to live it. Every small choice you make from this point forward is another step away from who you were and closer to who you can be. This isn't about perfection. It never was. It's about courage, consistency, becoming. So tomorrow, when your alarm goes off and the doubt starts to whisper, remember this. You are not weak. You are in progress. You are not behind. You are building. You are not broken. You are becoming. And the world is waiting for you to rise. So rise. Why not you? Why not now? Because there's a version of you that's not afraid anymore. A version that doesn't need permission. A version that's tired of regret and ready for growth. That version is within reach. And the first step toward becoming them is the choice you make today. Let's go.